Hey, this is Austin St. John, Jason, the original Red Ranger. You are listening to Airlim.
Hey Ranger Nation, so today we have the limited edition Lightning Collection of the Gold Ranger and the Red Ranger, basically the San Diego Comic-Con pack, and oh my god, this packaging is absolutely beautiful. I cannot get over, this is definitely one of my favorites. The Red Ranger is striking. Oh my god, this is just amazing. I can't wait to get into reviewing these. So let's look at the outer packaging. So we see this lovely artwork here. It says Power Rangers Lightning Collection. Now you've got the Gold Ranger there. Pushing it all the way back. Gold Ranger there. You can't see it, but just along here it actually has like Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. On this side, Red Ranger, again it says Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. On the back, it just literally says Power Rangers, Saban's Power Rangers, and basically the same packaging. At the top, you can't really see it, but again, it's got Power Rangers in kind of white, and on the bottom, it's got the same sort of thing, but again, you can't really see it. So let's open up these bad boys and have a look inside. One thing that I noticed is I thought you had to open it at the sides, but you can do this. Oh, look how beautiful that is. Oh, just absolutely, let's move these down. Absolutely beautiful. So, obviously, Jason's face up here. So you have the Red Ranger Armoured, and then here you've got the Zeo Ranger. That is beautiful. You got the power blaster, Dragon Dagger. Oh, cool! I didn't think they'd include these. I thought you'd get that one or in sword mode, but you get the blaster, and then obviously you get the in normal mode as the Dragon Dagger. I said power staffs. Oh, so cool! Kind of wish they were a little bit painted, but for what we get, it's beautiful. You get obviously extra hands here, and I'm guessing at some point you do actually get this. Yeah, if you can see it just here, you get these special effects. Now, oh, the back of the box looks like the 3D models. I really do wish this was Trey rather than Jason, because I think that would be better. And it basically has some information all here, so if you want to pause the video you can. I won't read it out because it'll take a while. So yeah, let's just open up this. Let's just continue looking. Let's continue opening this bad boy. I just had to show you this though. This is Jason in Red Armored mode, and I've got to admit, I was very on pictures, but seeing in person, he looks really cool. I've got to admit, very, very cool. Let's have a look. Now, I know people complained about the helmet, and it does look like in this shot, it's like, yeah, I'm right on everything. But the Tyrannosaurus helmet isn't too bad. From the side, it looks fine, I think. It's just when you look at it straight on, it looks a bit weird. I really do like the shield. I did see some paint blemishes here and here, but to be fair, like, you can't really see them, and I love the way that it moves. It's also a very soft plastic. That's what I like the most. It just looks absolutely stunning. You've got this golden armbands, which is here and here. I think there is a tiny bit of bleeding, but I'm not really that bothered. Now, the one thing that did kind of annoy me on this is the joints here and here, mainly because I feel like they need to be redone, mainly because of the elbows, and we'll look at that in a second. It does look like it's got stress on it, and that's what I'm not a huge fan of. But yeah, it's not the best. Also here, you can see that he's got the Mighty Morpher on the belt, and you can see, I think, let me have a look. I think you can see that there is actually the Tyrannosaurus coin, which they've done really, really well on. I think this is kind of awesome. Moving down, we can see that you've got the holster for the Dragon Dagger, and then you've got the holster for the Blade Blaster, which is kind of cool. I do kind of like the legs. I think it's fine. I found on mine, I don't know if it is on anyone else's, that when taking him out of the box, his legs were kind of like bent a little bit. And this figure's great for posing, but his legs aren't straight. So I don't know why. Oh, so he can stand up. It just takes a little bit of time practicing. Also, just here near his crotch, you can see that there's actually kind of like spandex like kind of ripples like this, it's pinching around his legs a little bit. You also do have to move his legs a bit around to be on the safe side, because just to get it right, and just be careful with it. Don't take a lot of pressure to it, just gently kind of try and get it right. Moving down to his legs, I really do like the diamonds on his boots. I think they do really stand out. Out of most boots that I've seen, I think these stand out all the same out of Power Rangers, like the more the merrier. Why did I say that? The only thing I would say that kind of annoys me a bit is that when you try and stand them up, it doesn't look right. It looks like it's slanted over that way. So I don't know if it's just because it's been put in that way or if it's designed. I do like the leather on there. I do like the fact that it's ruffled. It does look kind of cool. But coming to the back of it, you can see what I mean just here. For some strange reason, the leg is kind of moved out this way. It looks like it's been designed like that. With the other Lightning collection, I've never noticed that they seem fine. Maybe it's because of the pose and how long he's been in there. The kind of figure has been kind of warped around. That I'm not particularly a big fan of, because it does look like the joints are slightly bent, which could pose a problem when it comes to doing articulation tests or putting them in different poses. That's the one thing that kind of annoys me. Maybe reaching out to Hasbro, they may be able to fix it or replace it, I don't know, but it is kind of really annoying like that. Looking at the back of the figure, this is what I kind of really want to notice. Like, it feels, I know what they've done, and I think they've tried to do the same sorts of stuff for like Figma, Figuarts, or on the other range, but I think this doesn't really work. It does look very kind of sloppy, because you have to really kind of make sure that it fits properly, if that makes sense. So when his arm is pointed up that way, to bring it back to get a straight one like this, you have to kind of not force it, but you have to kind of place it and just be careful, like hold that part while you bring the arm back. That's pretty much it, really. I'm not a big fan of it. So I'm hoping that in much later lines they do change it. So it'll be very interesting to see when they bring out the Red Ranger, how to compare it from that one to this one. So that one I'm kind of looking forward to. You can see ruffles along here, which is fine. And then obviously you've got the back of the Dragon Shield. I do think this does really stand out on it. Possibly one of the best ones that I've seen from any of the figures. Kind of really quickly, on the back of the helmet, it's very shiny, you can see it. And you can see his kind of neck as well. There's not really much to say on that one. But now this is one of my all-time favorite Rangers, the Gold Ranger. I had a quick look over him while I was setting him up, and he follows the same suit as like kind of Jason, like the Red Ranger in this one. I have noticed a few other things, but we'll talk about it. So first of all, the helmet looks stunning. It is absolutely beautiful. I really like the shield. I love the detail just along what they've done. It is absolutely amazing. Possibly one of the best figures that I have seen for the Gold Ranger. I really love that they have put detail along here. I really like the fact that they have. I like the armbands. Everything to me, this is what I would have wanted for the Gold Ranger. It is absolutely perfect, and I'm glad that Hasbro have actually given this character some love, because bam, this is amazing. Much better than what we've had from Bandai. Moving down here, I've got to admit, I love the detail on the cuffs. It's just absolutely stunning that they have really taken it. I think one thing I would add is a tiny bit of black around the lines, but it does look really nice. The belt looks fine. It looks absolutely perfect, and again, it just works so well with this color scheme. Moving down to the legs, again, we can see there's a lot of love taken in kind of sculpting this. The leg, again, I think does need a bit of work. When you do it like that, it's not bad, but it kind of needs a bit more love, I think. But since doing that, it looks a lot better than what I thought originally when playing with it. Now, moving to the back, for some strange reason, like when I do any figures like this, it's just ridiculously hard to make them stand behind, like make them face against the wall type thing. But yeah, so we can see that it goes around here a lot more. The boots are absolutely fine. Like, I don't know if they're exactly copies of the other or if they're individually sculpted. I'm guessing that they're all pretty much the same. But here and here, like, I don't know if it's just the material or the plastic, but it does look like it's stressed a bit. But I'm not really bothered because I know it's not. It's just, I think, probably the way the light is. You've also got the kind of the gold bands around the back, which is pretty cool. Coming to the back of the figure, I noticed a few things. I noticed the gold, like, just kind of gone on here. I'm trying not to let it annoy me a bit. And up here, for some strange reason, like, it's perfect gold on here and here, but there's just a splodge of paint just randomly there. So I may try and clean that up, but I probably won't, but I'll give it a go at some point. We can see, like, behind here, you've got more of the patterns. It's fine. You've got the belt buckle, which I really, really like. Did Jason have one on the back? No, he didn't. I thought he would have. The gold's fine. I really do love the shield most of all. It does feel like, because I've posed them looking that way, it's kind of shifted that way, but it's not bad. Coming to the back of the shield, I really do love the black going along the lines. One thing is, I know it's probably mine, it needs a bit, maybe over time, to come out, but it looks like it's not properly done. It looks like it's just been pushed in a little bit, but again, it's not really bothering me because I'm not going to be seeing the back of the figure, I'm going to be looking at the front. I do think that the shield may have just been rushed a tad bit. I think it's just the way that it was along the sides here or on the front. But yeah, I'm not bothered by it. I really like on his neck, you can see that they've really gone to town to actually make it look official. And then the black helmet is really, really shiny. And that's pretty much it. Let's have a look at the stress test. Now, this is going to be the most interesting one for the figures. I'm wondering how good it is. So the boots work well. Boots work well. The knee is, like, probably over time it will be okay, but you have to really kind of move it about. Legs move around fine. They work fine. I'm just really scared because the last time I did something like, I guess that's kind of lost its kind of mentality, like the strength. Yeah, last time I did something like this, the arm snapped off one of my figures, and I really don't want that to happen again. So I have to really kind of be careful with that. Hands go around, like so. Hands go around, like so. Let's switch them that way. So yeah, you have to kind of do it like that. So it does get a bit better over time. So maybe it's just how stiff it is. The head goes all the way around, as you can see. So yeah, there is a bit of thing, and as you can see down there, there is the diamond on it as well. So they've really gone to town on it. Next is the Gold Ranger. So, you tried to do his boot. Like so. So it's clicky. Knee clicks in like so. See, this one I have to be really careful because I had to move this around originally. So let's just do this because I really don't want to put too much stress on it. So really just be careful. Like it can do, so it can do that, but just really be careful if you have one of these because I don't want you to break the figure. I don't particularly want to break the figure. Let's go around like so. Hands go around. So yeah, be really kind of careful on it. Head turns around like so, like that. Body does kind of move like so. Like all the other figures that we do, we're going to try and change the heads. Now you do get two adjacent heads, so you can see this with the Gold Ranger and then one with the Red Ranger. So let's just take his head off. So hopefully it's going to be easy. And then let's put on the first, what I like to say, Moody Jason. So you have to really kind of put some force down on it, and it does make the head a little bit stiffer to kind of like articulate. It does kind of look okay, but I generally think it needs a bit more kind of work. So yeah, there's one. Let's put on the next head. This one's not too bad. It clicks into place properly. I have to say though, looking at like the detail, I don't think it looks that much like him. I don't know. Just to me, it looks a bit kind of weird. This kind of reminds me of the Woody face from the Toy Story one. Just the kind of, oh no. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of that face. I think I'm going to leave like the heads on the Rangers. Here's the Red Ranger. Let's take his head off. That was a lot easier. You can see that the more you take it off, it does damage a bit of the paint, so just be careful. So click on like so. It looks slightly better on the Red Ranger figure more than the Gold Ranger, I think. There we go. So it does kind of give a little bit more life to it, but not the kind of one that I want. So like so. There we go. Yeah, for some reason, what the hell happened there? That one I really don't like because it just looks like his neck's gone. But yeah, not the kind of best for that one. So I'm much gonna prefer having the Red Ranger helmet. It feels like on the Zeo figure that the neck's a little bit bigger. You know, just a little bit, but I don't think it kind of works for this one. He just looks really, really moody. So yeah, I'm gonna stick the Red Ranger helmet back on him. Power Staff. This is one of my all-time favorite weapons. I absolutely love this, and the fact that they included two versions. Now, one thing I will mention, and it's a pain in the ass, one of these, I think it's mainly that one, in the box it does not come out easily. So if you want to keep the box in pristine condition, just leave it in there, and just take, I think, this one or the other one out. But it's a bit of a pain in the ass, but yeah, that's my only kind of like gripe. I just love the detail on this one. It looks stunning. The gold, I kind of really wish the Gold Ranger was a bit like this gold rather than the warmer gold. But yeah, I can see there's some paint scrapes. I'm not bothered. I love the detail, especially like kind of here. This looks it looks perfect. So let's look at the other Power Staff, the open one, and again, this is beautiful. I love the fact they've included two, because now I can dual wield them. Again, you've got the same sort of detail, but this is kind of more down here, obviously, as you can tell, and this is open. I'm not bothered that it's not painted, because I'm in awe on how like amazing this is. I even love the fact that there's a button there and a button there. So yeah, they are kind of included. But this is definitely worth every penny. So now we come to, let's look at the Power Sword first. Now, yeah, there's a Power Sword. Now I will say, just be very careful, because this has been attached to the Power Axe, and the kind of paint is starting to come off. So I think Hasbro really need to change the kind of paint that they use so it doesn't come off that easily, because again, I don't want all the paint to disappear. So again, I don't think I'm going to be putting this in Jason's hands. Maybe once for the thumbnail or something like that, but that's it. The detail on the Power Sword is amazing. I really love the fact that we've got the power coin there of the Tyrannosaurus, we've got the gold, you've got even here on the blade that they've taken it, so it's not just the full plastic. I think that is just very nice, very well done. And then again, you've got the kind of like little diamonds on the sword. That's perfect. So look at the Power Axe. I love the Power Axe, but I don't know if that's me. So on there, if you can see it, you've got the masters on there, but on the other side, it looks like they've just reversed it. So I don't know if that was in the TV show as well. If you know, let me know down below in the comments. But the Power Axe here is just absolutely perfect. I think it's the nicer looking one of all of them so far. I love the yellow, I love the blacks, I love the kind of like the detail you've got there, as well as the kind of silver. That one kind of reminds me of is it the power cannon in season 3? But yeah, even like they've got the trigger for it at the bottom, the blade, it really works well. So I can't wait to kind of display this. But again, it's just going to live in the box because I know that the black Armoured Ranger probably comes with something like this. If not, I think that'd be kind of cool. But yeah, I'm going to kind of just leave it in the box, all kind of done. Let's look at the power bow. Power bow is okay. There's not a lot there. It's just, I think, a standard kind of plastic. You can attach the power lance and the power daggers at the bottom. I think that's absolutely fine. And everything looks okay. Here we go. Here, the power daggers. Again, like even they've tried to put using it. You probably can't see it on camera. Let's try that. But they've put the saber-toothed tiger there. They look kind of normal to me, so that's absolutely fine. The color scheme of the yellow and silver is really nice. So power lance. Mine looks like that. So I think it's just the plastic of how it's heated up. Shouldn't take too long to kind of reset. You can see the Triceratops a little bit there and there. I kind of thought, oh, why can't he add it? But I'm guessing with the Blue Ranger, when they release him, you'll get the staff version. So that's not too bad for what you get there. The Dragon Dagger, obviously you've got the Dragon Coin there, and like even on there, and you've got a bit of gold going around. Gold on there and there. And it looks kind of really cool, to be fair. So it's going to be interesting to see what the Green Ranger's version is going to be when that pops out. There's going to be at least 3 or 4 different Dragon Daggers coming out. And then lastly, let's have a look at the Power Blaster. No, Blade Blaster. That's the one. Sorry. I kind of really like that. It's painted pretty decently. Could use a little bit more paint, but for what the price is, I'm not particularly really bothered. I actually kind of like it all red rather than like silver here, and then silver at the end. And then obviously you've got that one there. So you can see there is detail along the lines there on where it can be held, as well as like the kind of claws that go there, and even the teeth. And you probably can't see, but they have got the eyes as well. So I think that looks really, really cool for what it is. So I'm really glad that they have included them. Kind of, let's put them together so you can see. So here's the Power Axe. Power Bow just kind of, does it sit on? It fits there, does it? Sure, it fits. It's a bit weird. Like, one thing that, in case you've not seen, that moves. That's awesome. I didn't realize that did. That is a cool thing. So yeah, that is like, so at first I was like, why does it sit? So yeah, I think that is awesome. So the power bow sits there. Let's kind of bring this up just like so it kind of holds it in place a bit. Sure, it wasn't this hard in the show. They magnetize together, so it kind of sits on like so. That looks kind of cool just on its own. Then you add power lance, goes like so, power lance like that. Let's basically put them on there first, and then you've got the power dagger there like that. Let's put the next power dagger in, power sword, so we put that back so, and there we go. So it pretty much rests like that. Just be careful, because once the power bow comes out, it doesn't really kind of stick, even if you move that there to kind of keep it more in place. So I think that's going to literally stay in the box, but I really love the fact that they've included that. I think that's awesome and is definitely kind of worth it. Yeah, I think that looks cool. And there we go, Ranger Nation. There is the Gold Zeo Ranger, and then also the red armored Mighty Morphin Power Ranger. And I've got to say that I think that these are amazing figures. There's a few paint blemishes, but I'm not particularly bothered about that. I just think that they are really nice figures, and I'm glad that we've actually got a proper Gold Ranger. If he was just the con exclusive, I'd be more than happy to have him. But again, I'm glad that you got a double pack. The power weapons I'm very kind of happy about as well. I think that they look kind of cool, but I think my favorite is dual wielding Gold Ranger, because that just looks absolutely awesome, especially in this sort of pose. You do get this. I thought you would have got one for Jason, because most of them do come with it, but again, you didn't. But yeah, paintwork's fine, a few blemishes, but for what you get, I did notice one thing, that his morpher is kind of silver when I think it's meant to be gold, especially when you look at the lovely 3D pack at the back where it actually has it all. But to be fair, for what you get, this is amazing. If you can pick this up, pick it up, definitely. I highly recommend it more than anything, and I think so far out of the Lightning collection, Gold Ranger is my all-time favorite. Bring on RJ, because that would be amazing. But yeah, I'm going to leave it there, Ranger Nation. So, what are your thoughts on this? Do you like it? Do you not? Have you picked these up? Are you going to get them? Yes or no? Let me know down below in the comments. And what poses have you put them in? Let me know in those cheeky comments. And if you want to hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, as well as that cheeky notification bell to be notified when more videos drop. Yeah, it would be greatly appreciated. And as always, Ranger Nation, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.